Check this out. Austrian Federal Ministry of National Defense rations. The Austrian Tagesportion. US Army. It weighs 1 pound, 11.1 ounces, or 767 grams. Menu number 4. 2-year shelf life. Packed November 1990. Best before December 1992. All the components are listed on the front. Menu number 4. This thing is in a waterproof tri-laminate package. It's been opened. Someone opened it, taped it. There's like a piece of duct tape on the top. It's all there. Should be. Let's see. I never checked. The Tagus packet. That's what they use now. It's freeze-dried components. This Tagesportion, it is a restricted calorie 24-hour ration, or 2 could be issued per day even. But you can see it's a pretty long pack when it was not ripped open and stuff. Waterproof, really nice looking package. It's just not sure if it's all there. We'll see. Cocoa beverage powder. It might be okay. If it's not dried milk, it should be fine. Cool packaging. All this dark green. What's this? A cornflake kiwi banana muesli or cereal. Citrus beverage base. 25 grams for a quarter liter. Pretty small portion. Pasta and delaminating. Also, a lot of delamination going on. That's a freeze-dried pasta with like mushrooms or something. And ooh, look at that. Bundesheer Ministry. Look at that. Military chocolate and coffee that's hardened up. I'm still gonna probably prepare it anyway. We'll see if it's okay. And that is some kind of vegetable soup or something. Piece of toilet paper. And a can of something there. What else do we have? And pate. Look at that. Pork pate. Wonder how that'll be. A little bit of a ding on it. Probably a little bit turned. This land brat, that is canned rye bread. Oh wow, that is just the coolest. And it looks like it might be okay. Awesome. Really good condition. Pink toilet paper. Gosh. Alright, let's get this out onto a tray. Nice. Okay, let's first start off by checking out that coffee. Looks like there's sugar in there. And coffee extract. 10 grams. Military coffee. Conserve. Ah, heck, here. There we go. Let's do it like that. Open it the normal way. Oh, wow. Is it recrystallized? Smells kind of good here. It's just like, oh, that's fine. I've seen stuff like this, and that's what it all looks like, right? Coffee and sugar. Oh boy. Actually looks okay. Reasonable strength. A pre-sweetened coffee with no creamer. It's too hot to tell what it tastes like. We'll check in a minute. Cocoa beverage powder. Let's see here. I do not detect any kind of milk solids that have turned. It looks okay. looks pretty much unchanged. Smells smooth, like a smooth, sweet hot chocolate mix. It's probably just cocoa, sugar, and maybe some skim milk. Perhaps a vegetable fat. Could be hydrogenated. And that is the way it needs to be for any cocoa beverage powder. If you want it to last, that's the way you want it. Skim milk with a vegetable fat, or no fat at all. Good appearance. Doesn't smell grainy or like bread. Any kind of turned hot chocolate will have a bread, like a stale, grainy, weedy bread, like undertone. You'll know after you smell it enough times. This looks good. And mixing it to a reasonable strength, like 5 or 6 ounces instead of 8, it'll taste better. Take you a minute to stir, but that's about all. Something like this. Get that little clump. Oh yeah, it's perfectly fresh. That's delicious. Like sweet, good quality cocoa powder right there. Stuff like this. Chocolate bar that's probably dark chocolate, 40 grams each, 2 bars. We'll see how these have held up in just a minute. The citrus drink. Looks like iced tea. Maybe that's normal. I think it's darkened up over time. If there were some silicon and titanium dioxide along with BHA, that wouldn't have happened. Butylated hydroxyanisole, antioxidant, anti-caking agent. Let's try it. It tastes like a nice tea. Maybe that's like lemon black tea. Okay, I think that's what it is. And, wow. Let's add just a little more water. Man, is that good. That's a black tea with vitamin C. The vitamin C has probably degraded over time. Can't expect vitamin C to last out for a good bit. And it degrades somewhat easily from various food processing. But, hey, you know what? That is an instant black tea that has held up. Lightly bitter, relatively sweet, but good flavor. Pretty simple. It's like Lipton, pretty much. Like a Lipton instant. Some kind of fruit dessert with cornflakes, kiwi, banana. No tear notch, so what do you do? Whoa, is that actually alright in there? Those are cornflakes with like milk powder, sugar. Kiwi banana here. Let's see a couple in there. It's like seeds. Very, very unsightly. See, here's the inside of the package. Was it airtight? Let's find out. No, not really. That wasn't airtight. This smells good, but that's not going to be eaten. And it smells good. It smells just fine. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's normal. Those are just like fruit seeds. And let's check it out. kiwi banana milk dessert with cornflakes. Thick. Smells. Huh. Yeah, there's a turned milk powder. Unfortunate. It looks very, very good. A rich, high sugar. It looks like a kiwi banana cornflake pudding. That would have been so good. It's like a custard with cornflakes. And I can smell spoiled dried milk and staleness, oxidation. I can smell it. My senses to it. I'll tell you right now, to the untrained nose, one would eat that and be feeling it later. Ooh, and I'm gonna leave the spoon in there. That is a fantastic dessert, a high calorie. You just add a little water. It didn't take much water, and it's really cool, actually. And that is something I've never seen before. Cornflake with like a kiwi banana pudding with a lot of seeds. It's probably kiwi seeds. Pasta. It's like a spicy pasta. Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be a stale fest, is my guess. Smells good. Really, it's like a nice herbal, slightly stale mushroom pasta. Look at this stuff. That's pretty gourmet. Really, that's actually like really cool for 35 years ago. Something like this. Not sure if it was nitrogen flushed. If it were, it was just still a little bit faulty on the seal. As you can see, the heat seal on the side just wasn't holding it together enough. It's not gonna be like anything you want to mess with. It's so well seasoned. A lot of seasoning in there. That would cover up the scent of treated water. That's like provincial herb seasoning. And very nice. Good quality. It's like a nice looking savory pasta soup. And it would actually make for a fair sized portion. Nice looking mushroom in there. Now for the vegetable soup. We'll stir this up in a minute. Is it going to be vegetable oil or milk fat? Tri-laminate. Nitrogen flushed again, probably, is my guess. Smells savory and questionable. Something's off. Yeah, something is not quite right with it. Could be dried milk again. Smells like it. Like some kind of lactose. Yeah, it's like a stale potato smell. Couple things going wrong there. Let's stir it up and oh, that's like a creamy vegetable soup. Let's stir this up too. Ooh, looks like a lot of tomato. Wow, look at the mushroom. There's that a piece of chicken in there. Let's check out that chocolate. 55% cacao. Yeah, geez. Look at the condition. Minimal bloom. Let's see if we can get this out of there without... ah, heck. Oh well. They really don't want you saving the wrapper, do they? Let's see here. I wonder if that's coated with any kind of... I mean, there is a coating. Oh, yeah, wrapper's fine. Okay. Look at that. Barely any bloom. Let's check out the pate. Is it under pressure? Actually, let's try out the hot chocolate first, just in case it sprots over here. Look at the richness of that. Yeah. Let's try out this too. The good stuff. That's just fine. It's vegetable fat or no fat at all. Very smooth. I mean, the richness. It would be surprising if it didn't have some kind of vegetable fat to accentuate that. Good amount of sugar and actual cacao. Very smooth. And it just doesn't mix super well, but that's okay. I'm telling you. You have it in a 5 or 6 ounce portion. That is impressive. And we got spoons all over the place. Let's check out this chocolate. Wow. It seems like it's a tempered, shell stabilized with a... Is this sprayed? Is that acidic? No. It has no flavor. Like a wax, perhaps. I don't know what that coating is. It could be dextrose. Very dry. It maintained a reasonable amount of flavor, but it is slightly dull. Very dry. Slightly dull, muffled, dark chocolate flavor. It's not overly sweet, but it seems like it perhaps lost flavor over time, but maybe it was always a bit bland in its flavor profile. Very light, like fruit and wood note. It's like strange. It's not bad either, but let's check this out. Look at that creamy vegetable soup. Let's give it a whiff. You know, that smells really good. But then there's a slight, like, it's like an onion soup armpit undertone to the scent here. This is disgusting. Look at that. Stir it around a little though. Is that like fried green tomato? Or is that like shreds of meat? I don't know. Perhaps it's wherever you want it to be. See? Look at that. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, you could be starving and you would not want to eat that. You just, like, you really wouldn't. I mean, you'd have to be, like, really, really hungry. Like, it really pretty much has to be, like, the last thing in the world. Land brought. Here. Canned bread from 1990. Nice hiss. Oh, what has it become? Let's give it a whiff. It's like a sour yeast scent. I don't know. Jeez. Is it stuck in there? I think so. I wonder if it's okay. Whoa, it feels like a seat, like a cushion that's stuck in there. Oh man, you'd need like the jaws of life to remove it. Let's see here. Oh man. It seemed like it would get out of there, you know. There we go. Look. Got it. How does it look? Is it just oxidized? Is it... Hey, it might be preserved. What's that? Is it corrosion? It smells a little bit fruity and sweet. Like a slightly fruity, a pretty good appearance to it. I mean, that thing is hefty. That is like a, it can almost be like classified as a cake. Seems like it's relatively high in sugar. It's like a little bit spongy. Check out this pate. It's under pressure. Oh, it is. Oh. was hoping for the best. I don't think that's a good sign. Right there is not as fresh as it once was. I'll say that right now. Smells like a really strong deviled ham. My room stinks. Alright, let's see here. Let's check out some coffee. Yeah, the coffee's stale. That stuff's no good. I thought it would have been, but it's not. What a ration. Chocolate that has lost flavor. I've run into this before. I had Coca-Cola from the 50s and it tasted like almost like nothing. I've had chocolate that has tasted dull. This is definitely some of it. Whatever it was coated with on the outside is unknown. Sorbic, citric acid, antioxidant, any kind of like... I've seen stuff that gets sprayed on this and come across it before. It's not that. Probably light dextrose. It seems like a wax binder integrated. Perfectly safe, but for sure lost flavor. This thing, you would get one beverage per meal, essentially, and you could split it into 3 relatively easy to eat and portable meals. One that's ready to eat, the bread and the deviled ham. On a long-range reconnaissance patrol mission, this thing could be useful. In cold climates, it would be useful at 2 per day. If it was for, again, an iron ration where no other food is available, it would be useful after that first 24 hours or so without food and no real hot meals available, and you're busting this out, and I'm sure it'd be great if you had ample water. This thing could be multi-purpose. A cold climate ration, a long-range reconnaissance patrol ration, or some kind of reserve ration that when no other means of hot meals or something are available, this would be used. It wasn't produced for a long time. I've only ever seen this specific year, 1990. I don't think many are left. Most were eaten, probably used in training. I've seen a picture of an Austrian soldier, a woman out training, and her ration was just a bunch of candy bars. And not those military ration chocolate bars, just actual from the store, like Twix or something, candy bars. Tagesportion. It's their travel lunch with certain other sides and whatnot. That's what's used now. This is just some weird throwback, not produced anymore, and was never all too advanced or awful. It was just kind of using a range of things that had already been used for like 25 years already. LRP had been around in major production for like 23, 24 years already. And as for reserve rations, where you have a canned bread or some sort of rye bread available, any kind of bread and potted meat, corned beef, something like that, or hardtack, that'd been around for already by this point like a little over 100 years. There is no groundbreaking or super unique components in this other than, I would guess, that pudding. Ooh, the bread smells so fruity. I walked out of the room and came back in, and that's what you smell. This over everything else. Oh yeah, that is the fruitiest, most, like, it's gotta be rancid. Here. Ain't no way that's still any good. I'll tell you right now. Oh, it's so sweet. And there's, once you get like enough of a whiff, oh yeah, no, you can't eat that. Trust me. I smelled bread that was 30 years older than this. That smelled twice as fresh. This here, once you get a good inhalation, it's nauseating. And oh yeah. Deviled ham. Oh, it's like the clumping. There was no point where that was any good. You'd probably take this and put it into that to season it up a little more. These poor guys. This is why you never heard about this ration, because I mean, like, it's just something they probably made it and they're like, okay, let's just try and like see if anybody like notices that one. And they're field rations. It consists of canned food, sausage, cheese, and like this kind of bread and various whole grain breads and various tinned potted meats and the occasional chocolate or muesli bars and kind of just a ragtag variety of stuff. Sometimes it'd be something like this, Tagesportion. But then there was Tagespacket. That's consisting of freeze-dried travel lunch mains. And that's last I seen. What they were using is more commercial. This here was just a short-lived military ration to the max. What is that floating in there? Oh, that's a piece of bread. No. I'm not consuming that bread. That tea was kind of weird and stale anyway. Here, let's finish up the hot chocolate. You know, I'm telling you, stuff like this. At least this is still fresh. It's like, really, you just gotta make the most of things. Wow, I'm telling you. There's like no meat in this thing, and if there is, it's an insultingly small amount. Not really sure what they were thinking there. Coffee, chocolate, bland, confusingly bland flavor. Like, Proteal, Type 186, Survival Ration, from 1996, expires 2002. A fair shelf life. It's probably still edible, who knows? There's various preservatives, antioxidants, might still be edible. Shortened iron ration. That's what is. Busted out one. Everything else is exhausted. And typically after the first 24 hours of having no other food available, an officer in command will instruct the other soldiers to break out their iron ration. A lot of countries had their version of an iron ration. It would be bread and potted meat, luncheon meat, hardtack, corned beef, some coffee, sugar, just whatever, right? And stuff that's shelf stable and they can carry it in their pack. Well, this is just a really compact 9.1 ounce, 258 gram, a survival ration to be eaten when no other food is available. And various preparation methods. It's just a futuristic version of an old iron ration or emergency ration from like 100 years prior. And it's pretty cool. I mean, really, that's exactly what this is. I don't think there was a hiss. Vacuum seal. Smells okay. Let's check this out. Wow. Look at that. I've always wondered what it was looking like in here with this one. We'll just save that for display. Little tablet boxes. It is total future food, or the idea of what future food was like 25 years ago. That's looking pretty good. All right, let's get this out on your tray. Nice. Let's first start off by checking out some food tablets. Jeez, came down to that. I don't know. Oh wow, they look pretty good though. They kind of look like those little Andes chocolate mint chocolates. You know, you get like if you go to like a kind of nice restaurant from back in the day, they'd have them. Wow, look at that. Or it looks like little. It looks kind of like butter pats at a diner or like at a continental breakfast. Wow, that looks sleek. That's really appealing. You know what? Might make me want to get into a survival situation just so I can try these out. Oh wait, I don't have to do that. I can just, here, hold on. A little silver wrapped. Jeez, they give you a nice amount of them too. 6 per container. The chocolate tablets. Oh wow, they made them look really nice. They're golden wrapped. That's a real morale boost in itself. Be able to tell one from the other is really, I guess, the main thing. A little bit of a color coding. I gotta look at this first. Wait. Let's check out some soup. A soup bar. Here. Yeah, that's right. Silver soup. Gold is chocolate. Look at this. A soup bar. Wow, that's still fresh. Look at that. Reasonable press. Dense, but still easy enough to crumble. That's important. You don't want to lose like 5% of your calorie content or whatever, like out on some raft or whatever. It's like, here, let me take a bite, and you just lost a bite in your bite. That'll absorb. The chocolate. This is really neat. Is it just cocoa and sugar, or will there be shortening or something? Is it like a cookie? And why does that stuff get so, yeah, jeez. And make it foil. It's like, I guess that's so you can see it. It's kind of reflective. You could probably take the wrappers and stick them on a hook and catch really desperate, hungry fish. Let's see here. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's just a hot chocolate bar. That is a compressed cocoa bar. Very sweet. This thing is perfectly preserved. It is a slightly strange flavor, though. I mean, it's like powdered sugar with cocoa, and it has this like really intense, what seems like dextrose added. It's not just sugar. That's what that is. Very minimal amount of fat. Let's see if they just kind of do what they're supposed to do without too much finagling. Well, that's how the old cookie crumbles. This might take a little while. Here, let's get another bite here with the, oh yeah, demented flavor. It's like this overly intense immediate sweetness with a follow-up of cocoa. Like reasonable. It's kind of gritty, but it's stimulating, and it definitely works, and it's a long shelf life, and it is most certainly effective. More effective than hard candies, like some citric acid, ascorbic acid, caustic effect to the mucous membrane type hard candy. This will still provide your metabolic water you could probably get a little extra in the way of energy from this than hard candies. Quicker and easier to eat, more versatile. If you got gluten intolerance, if you had celiac, you could still consume that. I don't know about this. Probably has wheat gluten in it. Here. What kind of soup is this anyway? Savory, crunchy, fair amount of sodium, most unacceptable where water is critically limited. Something like this, you wouldn't want to eat it even if you were splashed by waves and you still had water. Like, you would really want to stay away from this. It would be great for seasoning some snake. Or like Erie snake. White meat with those black veiny bits going through. I had a water moccasin once. Look at this though. It is, yeah, as for end times indeed. There seems to be a slight follow-up of not rancidity, but it's just not the most pleasant of snacks. Man, I'm gonna be glad to drink that chocolate soup stuff, because this, look how thick it is. You know, stuff like this make you want to check out those crackers. Oregon freeze dry, Albany, Oregon, packed September 1991, expires December 2006. Ooh, delayed, but nice little hiss. Definitely was there. Man, I cut the front. Oh, who cares here? Oh yeah, those are fresh. I got another one for display. We'll save this anyway though. Might just put it up on the wall. It's kind of cool. Oh yeah, look at that. Austrian military crackers. And there's just MRE crackers. It's kind of funny. And that soup is absolutely disgusting. Here, let's try it out again. And there's so much starch thickener. Really, it's not too bad now. Like, all considering, it's like gritty potato soup with little pieces of, like, what is that, like grain? Soy protein? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't know. Let's check out a cracker. Oh yeah. That actually doesn't really seem like an MRE cracker from 1991. It seems more like an MRE cracker from 1996 or 97, maybe 98. It was built to last. Long lasting for a dire situation where you might actually need something like this. And be like really almost like civil defense type stuff going on. Down in a bunker, got nothing to eat. Well, that's alright, you got these. Now, chow down and enjoy yourself as much as you still can. See, that's the way to do it. Follow it up with that bizarre hot chocolate. This stuff is actually kind of weird. Here. Food fare like this, if you were stuck down in a bunker or out on a raft or something like that, it's definitely better than nothing. This, probably good for bunkers, unitized group rations or something, civil defense type stuff, multi-purpose. Really, not bad. I'd say it's well made, and they could get back to producing them if they ever needed to. It's not like they probably would, but then again, you never know. They might even still have a few in cold storage somewhere. And they might be checking on them with a module inspection beginning of the year or end of the year or whatever, and checking on them, and it's like, hey, they're still perfectly fine and the same as they ever were. This one here was not cold stored, and it still lasted as long as it did. Austrian rations. Definitely not something you get to see every day. What an experience. Well, anyway, this is Steve 1989. I hope you liked the video, and I'll be coming back at you with something new. Or old. Alright, cool. See ya.